Social interference are common issues, and they arise out of differences in perspectives and expectations that both the couples and in-law has, as well as different life stages and experiences. Being married to someone also means you are marrying each other's families. So not only would you have to adjust yourself with your new spouse, but you should also try to build a good relationship with both parents. But what if you find yourself clashed with both or one of your in-laws? Don't give up yet, don't give up yet. Because today, my guests and I are going to help you identify the in-laws problem that you might be having and share some tips on handling it in a positive and healthy way. Hopefully, you'll find the solution to these domestic problems and be able to make peace with them. So if you're ready for today's discussion, go and call a friend, go and invite your family, grab a coffee, get a cold drink, get a pillow, and be comfortable. And let's get to it. Welcome back to SMOPPY'S World. This is your beautiful, ever-smiling host, Lady Ola. SMOPPY'S World is where we learn, we grow, and support each other. I share priceless lessons from my own world of experiences, and I can confidently say that you will not regret for being here with me today. And let me quickly say a big thank you to my new followers. Last week I had 1,000 followers celebration on my page. It may sound funny because you have 20,000, you have 20 million, or you have more followers. But to someone like me who has just started being on social media, it's a milestone for me. So it's important that I let you guys know that I really appreciate the support that you have been giving me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And if you're watching for the first time, let me welcome you to SMOPPY'S World family. I am so excited that you are here today. You could have been watching something else, but you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot to me. This is what I believe in my soul that I'm called to do in this season of my life. And it's been blessing a lot of people. And that's why I know that with your continuous support, I will be able to air more content like this and help more people out there. So don't stop following me and inviting your friends and your family to like, to share, and leave their comments. And follow me on all my social media platforms, which will be coming up right after this session. Please share this episode with as many people as you can. And feel free, guys, to leave your comments at the comment section. I love it when we have a conversation there. Today I have with me a dynamic couple who I admire so much. Their love for one another is worth emulating. They are both honorables, pastors. They are pastoring here in Dubai. It's been challenging to have them both on this show because of their busy schedules. But I finally have a breakthrough, guys. Today I have them on this show. Please join me to welcome Mr. and Mrs. Edobor, today's episode. Come on, let's roll it for them.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's such an honor. I didn't think that today is gonna come, but it's finally here.
It is here.
Thank you.
It's such a great honor to be here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you for honoring my invitation.
It's a pleasure, ma.
I mean, my pastor has been here on this show before, but this is your first time of being here, Pastor Mabel.
Yes, Mom.
Please, let's get to know who Pastor Mabel is, actually.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Mom, for having us. It's such a great pleasure to be here, and you're someone I look up to a lot.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, did you hear that?
Yeah,
Tissues.
You know, when I look at your person, I see a woman of great virtue.
Oh,
I see a woman, with pursuit for love in her heart for those who've been abused. And you're just looking for a way out to help people to get themselves back.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's something that I treasure about you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma, for having us. It's such a great honor.
Thank you, ma.
Okay, so my name is Mabel Charles Edobor.
Yes.
And this is my cute husband.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
This is my husband, Pastor Charles Edobor.
Thank you.
I'm married, obviously.
Yes.
With 2 beautiful children.
Wonderful.
I'm a graduate of business administration and management.
Wow. Okay.
And we are based here in the UAE.
Okay.
The last born out of 5 children. And currently, I'm working side by side with my husband.
With your husband.
Moving the family. And basically, things are going on well.
Wow, virtuous woman.
Yes,
You're
Mom.
doing well.
God is helping me.
Yes, He's helping all of us. It's not easy, but He's your strength.
Mom. Yes,
It's your strength. My pastor, for my new followers who has never seen you on this show before.
Yeah, my name is Honorable Charles Edobor.
Yes, so.
Why did you remind me to
Yes,
be
You
honorable?
know why we call ourselves
Why?
Honorable. So thank you so much, ma'am, for having us. We are glad to be here. Honestly, we are glad to be here. Like she rightly said, we admire you.
Yes, we
Your
do.
courage, your tenacity,
We do.
you know, to effect changes in the life of people is something that we admire.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I'm also a civil engineer by
Yes, sir.
profession,
Well done.
and I'm the husband of this beautiful lady
Yes,
here.
go on.
I am not owing her father anymore.
Thank God for
How much you pay?
And also, I'm the resident pastor of Omega Fire Ministries, Ajman.
Ajman.
Yes.
Ajman.
So
You're-
that's
you're-
me.
You're so welcome, both.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Mom.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
So-
Today we're going to talk about family interference in marriage. But before we start to talk about that, how long have you guys been married?
Been married for 6 years and some months now.
Oh wow, that's a long time
Yeah.
to be in marriage. I tell you.
God is helping us.
This topic that we have on the table today is a topic that I've seen in my lifetime. I've seen some marriages having to deal with family interference, that their marriage did not succeed because of family interference.
Yeah.
And I've also seen some that they weathered the marriage. Despite all odds of family interference, they succeeded in that marriage. It's a very common thing in relationship that has destroyed and is still destroying. So today I want us to really look into this subject, as there are many people watching us now that they're dealing with serious family interference.
Yeah.
Some of them, it could be the mother-in-law, it could be the father-in-law, the husband is never good enough for his daughter, it could be sister-in-law who is jealous of his brother's wife. Any part of the family that can interfere with your relationship. In Genesis, God commanded, like, a man has to leave his father and his mother and join with his wife,
yeah.
and they become one.
One.
So when families start to interfere with the one that's supposed to be joined together and become one, they're actually messing with God.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
That's
am I-
revelation there.
Yeah, oh, come on,
Go deeper. Go deeper, man. Go deeper, please.
They're actually messing up
Yeah.
with what God has really put in place. Please, I don't know whether you guys have had your own side of this family interference experience. You know, if you have anything to share, regarding this.
Yeah.
Ladies
Okay,
first.
ladies first.
Okay.
That's my honorable husband. Okay, so guys, this is actually a very broad topic, and we cannot shy away from the fact that a lot of families have been destroyed
Yes.
because of interference from families. And since we're on this course, and we never can tell, we are going to be helping out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Pastor Charles, I want to say this for the first time, that one of the reasons my relationship that I left to marry my husband didn't work was because of family interference.
There you go.
It was part of it.
Yes.
In as much as he had his issues, but part of it was because of family interference. And that is because I gave myself totally to them. And it's a mistake.
It is.
Yeah, it's another topic on its own.
Yeah.
But
I'll bring you back.
it's another topic on its own because, like I said, it's broad.
Yes.
And
Very.
so, there are families that you need to watch out for them to be able to know how to put yourself together to cope with them. Because you have to watch out for their background, their level of education. You watch out who their son is to them. Because in that relationship, he is the only son out of 5 girls. And he was more like the breadwinner.
Right.
So me coming in is like taking the breadwinner out of the family. All right, so it's something that you need to watch out for. So in case somebody is married to somebody like that right now, and they are coming in, so one of the problems that you're having right now, you're married to probably a breadwinner
Right.
of the family.
Taking notes.
Okay, so coming back to the question itself, family interference is something that has really dealt with a lot of families. It has. And I thank God for my in-laws.
Right.
That I am married to a family right now where I don't have such things happening. Maybe because everybody is much older than I am. My husband happens to be the last born out of 8 children.
Hallelujah.
So you can
You're
imagine.
blessed.
So everybody is like a mother to
You're
me right
blessed,
now.
sister. Amen.
Yes. So I see them like mothers, and so I don't have such things happening in my life. So, but generally, people are having to deal with family interference. So be prayerful about it. Be prayerful. The demons can enter people to work against your home.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't give them tips yet. Let's
Demons
yes.
can work on anybody. When
Yes.
they see that this girl is about to enjoy what they probably think you don't deserve in their head. And before you know, the demons in them, it's demons, whether you like it or not.
Yes,
Demons
it is.
start
It
manipulating them just to cause trouble in your home.
Yes.
And you cannot totally get this out.
Yes.
Okay, let me not say a lot.
According to what she just said, basically we got married without my parents not being alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she didn't meet with my father or my
Or your
mom.
mother.
Yes.
Yeah. But I grew up with my mom always saying one particular thing. She was always saying something.
Yeah. You're blessed
That
like
she-
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I
So
did not.
blessed.
They were not there when I met my husband.
she was always saying something, ma, that she will never interfere in her children's marriage.
Yes.
And she never did that. My mom. The same with my dad. She will tell you it's your choice. So whatever choice you make is fine. Just make sure you deal with it. I grew up with my parents while I was still very young. I never saw my mother or my father had issues with my brother's wives. Not even once.
Wow.
Why? Because from the beginning she defines it that this is my marriage, that is your marriage. Handle your marriage. All right. So I grew up with that mentality, and also I believe one of the reasons why people also, give room for family members to come in, is because of them. They don't protect their woman.
Okay,
all
that's
right?
on the part of the man.
Yeah, on the part of the man. They don't protect their woman. Also the women, they don't protect their men. For instance, from the beginning, I had to make it known that I value my wife.
That's right.
So if I disvalue my wife, I am giving them an opportunity to trample on her.
Yes.
The same thing has to go with her.
Yes.
She make her family understand that this is my man and I respect my man. So if disrespect is coming from her, it ends with her. She had to stop it because you cannot disrespect my man. The same thing with me. All right. So basically, I believe the man and the woman have to draw the line from the beginning. Before you get married, let your people understand. Let your mom, your dad, your siblings understand that this is my woman and I respect my woman. If you do anything, I will deal with you. Strictly deal with you. This is my marriage. I don't want you to interfere in my marriage. I am your brother. I will do my own diligence. I will do my own work with you. But this is my marriage. Don't disrespect my wife. So when you do that, they will know their boundaries. But many a time, most men disrespect their wives. They even gossip their wife to their brothers. Gossip their wife to their sisters. You understand?
Yes,
now? So it's empowering them to insult their wives. So when you don't do that, they know that you respect. They respect what you respect. They honor what you. That's how it is.
Wow.
From my own point of view.
From your point of view, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm learning too.
Because I've seen, let me say, in 54 years out of the years that I've lived, I've seen so much about this family interference. I live with my brother. I live with my daddy. I didn't see them as a couple living together. But because I've had to counsel a lot of couples, so I was seeing a lot of things. So years back, God gave me this mind to write my book. And one of the first chapter in this book, I titled it "The Things We Weren't Told Growing Up." One of the reasons that I believe that is causing family interference is separation. For example, Pastor Dean, his mom died before you met him.
Yeah.
But his mom was able to set the rules. She was able to renew her mind. She was able to adjust her mind and say, me as a person, I am not going to interfere with my son's marriage.
Yeah.
They're going to have their own marriage. I'm going to have mine.
Yeah.
It's uncommon for a mother to do that. So when I say separation, one of the reasons why it causes this family interference is because most times, 90% of the times, mothers don't know how to hand over.
They don't know how to hand over. That's true.
They don't know how to hand over from where they stopped. They want to continue
even where their sons are.
when their sons are married. When Holy Spirit gave me that message that I was writing in my book, it was so real to me that there are things that we were not told growing up. We were not told that 20 children will not live together in the same house for 20 years.
Yeah, that's it.
We were told that we will be family forever. It doesn't matter whether we are siblings or we are parents. Nobody prepare us for that, because when the separation now comes, it comes with pain.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my son. All my life, he has only known me. I'm the mother in the morning, I'm the mother at night, I'm the mother in the noonday. Now he has found another woman that needs to continue to be carrying him forward. Now I'm having problem, I'm having pain in letting go of my son. And that separation always make them to come and interfere, because they just don't know when to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
And this is what I've seen a lot of people. That's why, I mean, mother-in-laws today, they have this not so good report in the world today.
You are very correct. Very correct.
Because they don't know how to let go. It's not because they are doing it on purpose. It's because nobody prepared them for that separation. At some point in the life of this child, you will have to lose your power over him.
Just like somebody handed over their son to you.
Yes.
Your husband was raised by a woman.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so what?
That's true. You know, I did a video on that, on mother-in-laws. What I did, I told them that you must understand that when your son gets married, it's no longer your son.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's the truth. Because if you see that boy as your son, you are going to have that control over him. And don't forget that you have another woman to compete with out there, which is the wife.
That's right.
Because the wife,
I'm going there, my pastor. I'm going there. Go on, I'm listening. Go on.
I met somebody who told me that she told me that she will never marry a man who has a mother. That's what she told me. Because she doesn't want that control. She doesn't want that mother-in-law control. Because they feel that he's my child. I trained him in school. Yes. I have always been there. Why would you come and take my child away from me?
Yes.
You know, I was counseling somebody yesterday. I showed you the chat. He was telling me something that he has this issue with his marriage, and the mother-in-law came in and interfered. And
big mistake.
Yeah.
Big
the
mistake.
mother-in-law just supported and the daughter. Everything is just scattered now. The daughter moved out of the house, and that's all. You know why? Because she still feel that she owes that lady, not knowing that there is a time, like what you said, a time of separation.
Yes.
You must let go. You have to, mentor that woman or mentor that man from a distance. You have to pray for them. Then you don't have to now interfere in their marriage just like that. You have to now try to mentor them from a distance. But it's like you said, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. If not, you have another woman to contend with. Because nobody will be alive and will just watch you taking over the man. Because the wife sees you as another woman, not even the mother. So that's why wisdom has to be playing there. If wisdom is not applied, you become an enemy. You'll be taking your name to prayer to prayer altar for you to expire.
Mountains upon mountains.
You see?
Mountains upon mountains. For someone that is watching now, okay, I don't have problem with my mother-in-law. My father-in-law is perfect, but I have a problem with my brother-in-law or my sister-in-law. They live together with their brother or their sister. Now all of a sudden a guy came and just took the sister away. They felt the pull of separation. They felt lonely, and they start to turn that person. Instead of them being happy for their sibling,
sister,
or their brother or their sister, it starts to become an enemy, because what they have in their mind is, he has come to take their space, or she has come to take their space. And for me, it's very painful for those that are dealing with it.
Because you're not actually supposed to be responsible for whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And the innocent wife who just came to add value to the life of their son or their brother, you're waging war against her.
It's so sad.
Okay, another thing that I saw that I want us to talk about is this issue of entitlement. A lot of mothers or sisters or brothers, especially in African setting.
Exactly, 100%.
They have this mindset of entitlement. It's not coming from anywhere but the angle of them having a problem to let go of their son or their daughter. For example, my mother-in-law feels that my husband and I, we have to pay bills in our home. Or my husband had to, I'm just using an example because I don't have mother-in-law. My mother-in-law died, unfortunately. But that the mother had to be in control. She had to do something for that child, even when that child doesn't have what she's asking for. She's so demanding that that guy, even when he's dying, he has nothing to even eat. In his mind, his mother was on his neck.
Yeah.
Please, let's talk about that. Entitlement.
Something.
Yeah, entitlement. It's a big problem. You know, as we are talking, if you notice at some point I stopped talking because the whole topic is getting me emotional. Because in my head, I'm trying to deal with a lot right now, like, you know, related to family and the happenings around people that I know. So for me, it's quite emotional because this is what people are dealing with on a daily basis. And, you know, while you were talking about separation, a lot has happened in my life, though I'm very young, but I happen to grow up in a broken family.
Yes.
So, of course, part of the problems that my parents had was interference. Because they were the ones who were controlling my father. They believed that my mother was the one who was wrong at all the time, and everybody were against her because my mom's mom, you know, passed on when she was giving birth to her. So my mom didn't have people standing for her. So the brothers and sisters of my father were always there to say, you are wrong, and my father just, you know, gave up on the marriage and everything. You know, took all of us out of her. My mom stayed without us for almost more than 20 years of my life. I didn't know my mom because they didn't even let her come close to the children. Family interference, yeah. I was in university when I knew my mom.
Are you serious?
Alive, not dead. That's why I told you I was becoming emotional because these are the things that are happening. I am my 4 siblings. I got to know my mom and I'm the last born, so you can imagine. And as I'm talking to you now, my mom is back to the house, to her husband, and we are all grown. So let's continue because things are happening. Family interference. If you don't put your leg to the ground, they will scatter your home. Like I mentioned now, my mom is back. To do what exactly? Wow. The kids, they would have raised together. We were all scattered. My aunts had to take me. My brothers had to go on their own. My sisters, everybody. Family interference. Nobody will be there for your children. So you have to be very intentional about your family coming to intrude in your marriage. All right, so I don't even know what to say again.
Yeah, entitlement is a serious problem in family.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I believe we must develop what I call a thick skin.
Thick skin.
Yeah, to be able to handle them because they feel that they own you. They feel that they own everything about you.
So entitled.
That's why sometimes, even when you give your family members something, they will never even tell you thank you. To even tell you thank you, most of the family members.
It's a problem.
Because they feel that you owe them.
Yes.
All right? They feel that you own them. That's why you don't need a thank you. They don't have to tell you thank you.
You have to call them to confirm.
So you send them money. You have to call them to ask if they have received the money and all that. Why? Because it's an entitlement mentality.
Entitlement.
Yeah. So I believe that once you are married, you should start dealing with some things. Yeah. You have to start dealing with some things. If not, they will use that mentality to break your home. If you don't respond to them the way they want it, either they start calling your wife a bad person. They will say, oh, now that he's married, now he has forsaken us. He's no longer taking care of us. Now, mind you, you are not their father. You are not their mother. You didn't give birth to them. You were also given birth to just the same way they were given birth to. You understand? So now they will point accusing finger. If you are a man, they will start accusing your wife. Oh, he was a good person. He was the one paying school fees for this one. Since he got married. So now even the innocent wife.
Exactly.
Not knowing that he's no longer feeding himself alone. He's feeding himself, feeding his children, feeding his wife, and other bills are coming. They don't think like that. They just feel that, oh, his wife, now the wife has become the witch in the house. So they all now hate her now because since he got married,
he stopped. He's
not a bad person. So that's why entitlement mentality is a very wrong one, man. Like you rightly said, especially in Africa. I believe it's not like that in the Western world. Once you are growing up, you have to start taking responsibility.
I think the cultures have a lot to do with it.
Cultures have a lot to do with it. Yeah, different cultures, around the world. I used to think that it was only because I grew up to see it in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I used to think it was just Nigerian syndrome until I started traveling the world. I started dealing with different cultures and tribes. I realized that this thing is a global thing. It's a cultural thing. It's not just okay. I want us to move up to competition because these are the things that I'm listening in my head. I'm thinking, okay, we need to, because there are people out there that are thinking Okay, so when are you guys going to talk about the competition that goes on between families? Competition between mother and mother-in-law. I have a friend who whenever her husband buy things, he must buy his mom's. Because if he didn't, and the mother found out, he's in a big trouble. So each time the mother-in-law comes to their house, and possibly the wife is wearing something new, she will be like, okay, when did you get that? Like, I'm telling you, I'm not making up. It was a serious issue. And I'm telling you, that marriage did not last.
Yeah, it can never last. Such a marriage can
The
never
mother-in-law became a competitor with her own daughter-in-law. What makes people to do things like that?
I think a lot of times, this kind of attitude are mostly coming from women who probably went through so much pain to raise their children. Because if you look at women that have made something for themselves, they wouldn't do that. Look at the women that have a name for themselves, they have a career, they've planned their retirement and what have you. They've been having a life for themselves. They don't always look desperate. They don't do desperate things. But you see those mothers who probably, I sold my wrapper, I sold my shoe, I sold my George, now from where we come from.
Yes.
They are the ones with this kind of attitude a lot of time. So
okay, let me blow your mind. This particular woman, she's a lawyer,
and she has everything.
She has she doesn't have a need.
That's greed. Maybe she was just intentional about destroying that home, because you can't have everything, you can afford everything, and you decide to be a thorn in the flesh of your children. No, that's unfair. So I think that greed was part of it. There are some that make up their mind that this is my son, so I trained him, I need to be there. Greed is part of it, because you can't have everything. Because we've seen from women who don't have anything,
sometimes
always doing
it's still entitlement mentality.
Yes.
She feel that she owns the son. Why will you come and be spending the money? So instead of you to buy this for this lady, why not buy for me? You understand?
But she has everything.
No, even if you have everything,
see it like that.
She see it that my son has to do it for me instead of this woman. It's an entitlement mentality.
Don't you think that the son is to be blamed largely for this?
But the son is supposed to define it.
The son has been wrapped around his mother's fingers so much that
mommy's boy.
He's afraid of his mother.
That is it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to draw the line. Like, mom, no, now
he doesn't want to hurt the mom. He doesn't
exactly.
Want to
he doesn't want to hurt the wife. So he found himself in between.
Man, do you know that even while they were dating, the signals were there. If you are dating the mommy's boy, you will know.
You will know.
I need to tell you, I want to talk to my mommy. You should know that this one is mommy is going to control your home for you. Wow. That's the truth. Because you cannot be dating somebody before you eat. You want to call mommy first. Mommy, should I eat? And all that. Because if that is already happening, there's a tendency that woman is going to come to control that home. Because already, like you said, the boy is already on the palm of that woman. Because the boy is a mommy's boy. So if you marry a mommy's boy, that's what you are going to get. By the time your husband buys you a car, you must buy for mommy, because mommy is going to be angry. That's the truth. So that's why before you get married, you have to look out for these things. Is he a mommy's boy? If he's a mommy's boy, daddy's boy, please let him be first. Let him go and mature. Let it be a man who is separated first. That's what the Bible says, a man shall leave his father and mother and be clean. That living is not that you will neglect them. No,
it's not this at all.
Detach yourself. You have to be a man that will take decision and stands. Nobody will have to come and interfere in your home. All right?
Yes.
So I feel that is my point.
But also, I'm still saying that I think it's more from the man. Maybe sometimes when you understand your mother very well, because that's your mom we are talking about, not the woman's mother. You should know the kind of mother that you have. You should know, because that competition didn't just start with your wife. Probably she's also doing that with even the sister, the man's sisters, which means that she likes things to be bought for her. So at that stage, if you're getting married and you know that this is going to be a problem, you can even decide to leave the city where your mother is, or leave the state or something, go far away. But most of the times, these people, they still want to have their mother around. Because, of course, if I'm living very far, where will I and my mother-in-law be meeting all the time? So sometimes look around a way that you won't have issues with, her coming all the time to look around the house. Except you invite her, because it's very far, so she cannot just barge into the house. There are always ways around these things. But the most important thing is that do what works for your marriage, so that you don't end up losing your beautiful home because of your mother that has lived her life. So I'm going to say that I think this can be resolved more from the male aspect. Because as the wives, we can hardly fight for ourselves. You try to fight my mother, I try to fight my mother-in-law, of course I'll be tagged a bad woman.
Yes. And I also, the way I also see it as, you know, sometimes when we didn't have something that somebody else has, we want to compete with them. Or possibly when the woman was growing up, she didn't grow up in that environment. And when her and her husband were raising that child, they didn't have that quality of life that they are having. So because that was missing in her own marriage, she wants to now get it.
Want to get it now
from her son's marriage, which is totally wrong. I'm just saying, I'm not condemning, but I'm saying what I've seen.
Yeah, we are bringing different.
Exactly. I'm saying what I've seen, and that is really that a lot of people are not paying attention to. Sometimes they're doing it unconsciously.
Yeah.
But when you're hurting your son, when you have to be demanding, I don't condone any child who refuses to neglecting their parents.
Yes,
if you do that, there's a curse upon you. But you don't have to be demanding from your child and using that to manipulate them. If you don't do this,
so even causing
to cause him problem, there's no need for that, because this is their marriage now. They need to now have time for themselves to start to develop their own family. But if you are interfering every time, they're not going to do that. It's impossible. So let's move to this particular one here. I call it in-law marital dysfunction.
Okay.
In-law marital dysfunction. If in-laws have a dysfunctional marriage, they may direct their focus to their children's marriages.
Absolutely.
So if they're always fighting each other, your father never give me peace, or your mama never give me peace, that house is always hot. So they're bound to cling to their son or their daughter. They want to leave their own marriage and start to be coming to yours. I want to be part of yours. But it's not like that. Please, let's talk about this, because it's something I've seen.
Do you know, I don't know what's happening today. I'm a guest, right?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm a guest, but you are talking to me. Like, everything you're saying is just to me. So
there's a lot of people out there as well.
I think maybe because of the kind of family I come from. As you were talking, it's like you're talking to my mom in this message. So this is what's currently happening in my family right now. You know, I have two biological brothers, both married. You know, they are both married. And one of them is out of the city, far away. So the one my mom met when she came back, you know, he got married, you know, while she came, you know. So they were already together, you know, this thing you're talking about. So now the lady came into the house with my mom and everything. And my mom has been wanting to get hold of my brother and also the wife. So it has been causing a lot of conflict in the house. Wow. And mind you, my mom's marriage wasn't a good one because of the separation.
Yes.
And now my mom wants to get everything from my brother. So while you were just talking, it's like you're talking to me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I actually agree totally that, you know, these are some of the causes that can make, you know, a mother-in-law want to have everything from, you know, their children.
Interfering with her sons.
I think what's going to actually work, like what I've been telling my mom, is to be more patient with the wife. Yeah, because she's not the cause of any problem. She just came in, like you said, to assist the husband. So I also told her to, you know, get more knowledge. Knowledge will help every one of us, even the wife also. In this situation, you have to learn to manage, to understand the family you're married into. That's why it's important, before you get married into some families, be very intentional and make inquiries as much as you can. Because you're going to marry not just the man.
Yes,
you're marrying the family.
Yeah. The family.
So sometimes you can't totally shy away from what is going to come in. So, but be mentally prepared, physically prepared, spiritually prepared, because a lot might just come at the same time. And if you're not prepared, you'll be broken.
That's it.
And that's why also we need to have good brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws. By the grace of God, I've been very supportive to my sister-in-law. So when they throw whatever they are throwing, I'm always there to like, hey, you guys should just let her be. You know, I know she's not totally 100% good, but she shouldn't be getting the amount of attack she's getting. So you see, it's very broad. It's very broad.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So, Pastor Charles, what do you have to say?
I don't have much to say on that.
I know, because you've not really had such
I've not really had such an experience.
You see, I'm finding myself solving issues between my sister-in-laws and my sisters.
Wow.
And I am the mediator.
Middleman.
The mediator.
And the mediator. And for some reason, they cannot see it from where I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Just like what I just said too.
It's difficult, but when you yourself, you are a wife in the house of someone.
Exactly.
You don't pray that you have to deal with things like that.
Trauma.
So for me, this is where I see life. What I don't want people doing to me.
You don't do
I don't like doing it to people.
Absolutely.
And I see things. My husband always say, I always advocate for devil. he said, my wife will always see the best in everybody.
Oh my God.
Because I see more than what people see. When I see someone behaving funny, I don't see that person. I go look at the root cause. There's an underlying issue.
True.
Under that behavior. That's what I go and approach and attack. But someone is sitting down. Someone is watching us right now. And this person is dealing with, what do I call it now? Helplessness. Like Pastor said before, it is the man that needs to stand for the wife and fight for the wife.
From where we come from.
From where we come from. This person is dealing with a man who doesn't know how to stand for his wife. My pastor called that person mommy's boy. Now I'm married to mommy's boy who has always believed that no matter what you do, my mother knows how to do things more than you. She's my mother, she has been my mother, she raised me and all this. So no matter what the wife says, she cannot win anything as far as his mom is concerned. Now they are in this marriage, every little thing is running back to the mother. As much as the mother wants to stay away. Because this is the other side now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get involved with my son's marriage, but my son will not let me be. Every time he's bringing the issue to me, what do I do?
I think if the mom is saying, I don't want to be involved in your marriage, that is a sign that this woman has an understanding. She doesn't want to be part of the marriage. She wants peace. She wants that marriage to work out. All right, but the son keep bringing issues. I think who is the person that is lacking wisdom here is the son. So I think that son need to be groomed to grow, because he's still a baby, irrespective of the age. He's still a baby.
That's right.
So the mom have to sit him down and lecture him. The Bible says something. When Rebecca died, or was it Rebecca? When the mother of Isaac died, Rebecca became the mom of Isaac.
Yes.
All right. So I think the mom need to educate that boy to make him understand that a time is going to come where I will not be here anymore. How do you handle? How are you going to handle your marriage? Are you going to cry to my grave? So you have to face your marriage. Let the mom keep telling the boy that I am not your solution. Face your marriage and deal with it squarely. And I believe that if we keep saying that to the boy, let him understand that you are responsible for this marriage, not me. I believe he will understand that it's time for me to stop going to my mom and face my marriage and deal with my issues. But if the moms keep, because the mom loves him, because he keep coming, mom will keep giving advice, keep helping, the boy will never change. But I think there is a need for the mom to put a stop, to say, don't come to me again. Handle your issues. Settle your issues with your wife. Don't come to me. And I believe if that is done, he will come to himself and he will learn how to face his home. That's my own personal opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I'm going to disagree with my husband.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to disagree with my husband because sometimes I have a son.
There you go. Now this is coming from a mother's side.
You are going to talk as a mother now.
Yeah,
posterity is watching me.
Mama said something before, all right, about separation. It's painful.
It's painful.
That is what we are trying to. I'm still on that line of separation.
Yes,
if you have not separated now.
Yes.
You want to still talk as a mother. Not as a mother who is separated.
No, not as a mother that's separated.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is,
Okay, go
in
ahead.
as much as I know over time I'm going to work on myself and be more free. Even as I'm talking here, I'm thinking about my children.
It's understandable.
So
they're still young.
They are still young.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm trying to say is that sometimes when children cry a lot, they shouldn't be totally ignored.
Right.
What is he crying about? I am not in support of a mommy's boy, okay? Because I would never marry a mommy's boy.
Right.
But what is the son crying about to the mother?
Right.
Because sometimes some daughter-in-laws are dangerous. They are very, very dangerous. So maybe he has tried on his own. It's not working. Some girls are very stubborn. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth.
True.
So if he's dealing with something that is bigger than him and he's coming, I think he should be paid attention to.
Every time.
Not all the time. If, depending on what he's complaining about, some people, they just like issues. They like issues. Some daughter-in-laws, some girls, they like issues. You are dealing, my husband is laughing.
I think her point is, calm down. I think her point
I
is,
should calm down.
He's always coming
I'm
home.
loving this session, man.
He's
Guys,
always
I'm
coming
loving
home.
it.
Every little thing is how to come.
Some of them are stressing
mommy,
about
no,
that.
no.
of them
Sometimes
are-
you have to deal with your thing. Why?
I agree, sir. After all, we have been dealing with this marriage.
I'm not talking about once in a while. Or referring case to your mom.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Once in a while, it
It
won't
mustn't
be
be
bad. But
every now and
we're
then.
talking about a guy that's constantly
That
he cannot do anything
Anything
without
on
his
his own.
mom. He has to be
No,
his
nah.
mom. Whatever my mom say, we do this. My mom said this, and the girl is choking.
Yeah. It's shocking.
It's choking. I understand there are some B ladies. I do not want to say the whole word. There are some B ladies
Some of
that they're really bad, and they want to get
always get
just
on your
suck the
nerves,
life out
Yeah,
of the guy. I
absolutely.
understand that, but we're talking about a guy who refuses
can't
to
deal
grow
with
up,
anything.
Doesn't want to grow.
who kept on going back to his dad or to
It
his
should be
mom.
dealt
They want them to continue bailing him out, whether it's finances, whether it's morally.
no.
That's the one we're talking about.
Okay, mom.
I mean, for me, I have 4 boys, and when I wrote this book, Holy Spirit started to let me understand that, listen, this time is going to come, that your boys will have to bring ladies home.
Yeah.
You need to prepare yourself,
True.
because it has to be done.
Yeah.
If you want them to be who you really want them to be, they will have to be separated from you. Because we're living in the same country doesn't mean that they're not separated from me.
Yes.
We can be living like 3 blocks away,
Yes, mom.
but the fact that they're not living under my roof anymore, I don't have control over them anymore. That is the separation.
Yes.
The moment the control leaves the hand of parents, that's when they start bleeding.
Yeah.
That's where the interference starts.
Yeah.
So the guy that kept on going back to his mom, always wanting his mom bailed out,
To bring
or the
solution.
father that's always running after, giving his daughter money, buying his daughter things because her husband couldn't afford it. I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, mom.
That the husband is just so pissed off, like, seriously, you're undermining me as a husband.
Yeah.
Because every
Yeah.
time you will buy my wife car, you will buy her this, you will
For
buy her
us.
that because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But because the father is always saying, I don't want my daughter to suffer, and if I can afford it, why not? She asked me, I will give it. That's wrong.
Give the money to the husband.
And that's interference that we're talking about. So it's not only mothers that does that, even fathers.
Fathers, yeah.
Who from the beginning never even approve of the husband anyway, because they don't see that it meets the
class
standard that
they
is
want.
supposed
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, mom.
if somebody is watching, let's just wrap this up. If somebody is watching and they are saying, okay, so all this interference and all these in-laws, mother, fathers, brothers, sisters-in-law, how do we handle them? How can we handle them? How do we deal with them so that they don't break our marriages up? What will you say to them, Pastor?
Well, for me, I believe portray the image of your wife as one of the most important person to you.
Okay.
That's what I believe. The same thing with a woman. Portray the image of your husband as the most important thing to you. So one of the things that I would do, if for instance, I send money to anybody in my family, I will tell them my wife sent the money. The same thing she will do, so that she also sees in the picture. So if I'm sending money, I'm not talking about my wife. The last time I sent money to my brother who did marriage, I told them, I said, this is for my wife. I was the one who sent it.
Yes.
All right? I think they
the
started, I
wife
told you
thanked
thank you.
Thank you.
Why? Because I'm already painting an image of my wife in their eye that, oh, this woman is so important to me. So I cannot do anything without she knowing. So already that or that on its own is painting a picture that I
I'm
value
not
this.
stopping
I value this so much. It's not stopping me from helping you. So, and also, it's good you put a barricade. Let me use that word. If you have a mother, take care of your mom, but let it have a limit. This is for my mom, this for my dad, this for my wife. All right?
So you're basically saying set boundaries.
Set boundaries. Let there be boundaries.
Fantastic.
Yes, let there be boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Yeah. So that nobody passes the boundary. My wife cannot take the place of my mom. My mom can never take the place of my wife. Everybody have their own place. So don't try to intrude into my wife's space while you have your own space. I can never deny you as my mother or as my father. I will take care of you. It's my responsibility to do one or two things for you. And also, you must not come in and take the place of my wife, because you can never take the place of my wife. Word. And also the same thing with my wife. She cannot take the place of my mom.
Word.
My mom.
True.
So everybody have to maintain their own room and stay in their own lane.
Yes, so
do more than yourself.
Yes, stay on your lane.
Everybody abide in their calling. There will be peace.
In their calling.
I think that is my
sister-in-law calling, daughter-in-law.
Okay, wow. Pastor,
sorry, ma. Something recently, that somebody called my brother and reported my wife and to my brother. My wife was there. She was worried. I said, forget it. My family know me very well. They know my wife. That thing does not exist. I don't know, they were the one calling and insulting the woman for reporting her. You understand? So why? Because this is what we from the beginning, this is how I presented my wife to them. I don't look at my wife as though she's nothing. So if I look down on her, they will certainly, that particular message, it will be an advantage for them to say, we said it, she's like this, she's like that. Now they will start insulting her because of a stranger who they didn't even know. You understand? So that is that from on my own point.
So Mabel, as we round up.
Oh yes, oh my God, it has been a very blessed session for me, and I just wish that this is not wrapping up. I don't know if those that are watching are feeling the same way.
I know, right?
Yeah, so I'd like to say that if you find yourself in this kind of family where, there's a lot of interference, entitlement, and what have you, and it's eating up your marriage right now, you know what? Just try as much as you can to pray about it. Because sometimes there are people you really cannot deal with. No matter what you try to say, they don't want to take. They just believe that they know it all. So at that point, they say the heart of a king is in God's hands.
It's in God's hands, yeah.
So just keep trying as much as you can to be that good person that you are.
Yeah.
Don't become bad because of what other people are saying. And then you want to behave like them. And also, as much as you can, be nice. Be nice to you. Some people don't deserve your kindness, but you just have to be nice because you're a good person.
That's it.
So like he mentioned in that case just now, my sister-in-law happened to be one of the person who listened to the message that person sent. And my sister-in-law was defending me because when I had my baby, she's the one who came to Dubai. A daughter-in-law who allows a sister-in-law come for Mugo. In how many homes is it done? I should have said my biological sisters or my parents, but I said no, my sister-in-law, because I like her a lot. So that's already a picture. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
So learn to be nice to your in-laws. Try as much as you can. Do your part.
Yeah.
Do your part. Don't do more than yourself. Don't come in and want to take over everything and cover up. Some of us, we believe that when we get married, it's my husband. He's coming from somewhere. In as much as we need to separate from our children, our sons, but they are coming from somewhere. They built relationship over the years. So you can't totally come and take all of it away. Stay in your position. Be prayerful, be respectful. It's a whole lot. Just take
it's a whole
what
lot.
You can do.
It's a whole lot.
Thank you so much.
Be sensitive.
Exactly.
Be sensitive.
To
avoid sensitive. Yeah, and also avoid sensitive topics, because there are some things that aggravate all these things and make things, the issue not to even go away. For me, I think you need, like Pastor said, communication between husband and wife is important when we're having this family interference. So communicate. They've been talking to you all along. And listen, guys, don't take things personal.
Assumption.
Yeah, don't take things personal, because most of the time we take things so personal. Every little thing that people say to us, we're reading a lot of meanings to it. Get to know your in-laws. Have an open mind. Because really, I always say this to people. Find a way to spend some time with them. You might end up finding out some things that you don't know about them when you hang out with them. It requires patience. I know what you're going through, and I know how difficult it has been for you, and I know how you have suffered in the hand of these in-laws that it looks like they would not allow you to breathe. But you need to breathe in.
Oh yes.
And
patience.
everything, like Pastor Mabel says, everything, when it becomes difficult and tough, pray about it. No one is above prayer.
That's it.
I don't care how difficult they are. There's a way you go. You talk to them about God, and God will give you wisdom on how to deal with them. As you see me, I can deal with anyone, anybody. Bring them. They're human being. That thing God just gave me as a gift. No matter how bad or difficult they are, I have a way that I will melt. I walk my way into them, and I will melt their heart, and they will love me. And the ones that refuse to love me, it's hurting on the inside. Like, I really want to love her, but I'm just jealous of her that I cannot really come close. You understand? Yeah. So you to be patient, and don't say some things that would disrespect your in-laws.
Yeah.
True.
Because especially us, we women, we have this sharp mouth that will say anything. Respect them. Take them as your own parents.
That's it.
Even if they don't want you, keep on doing what you're doing. One day, you will laugh last.
Amen.
Thank you so much, my pastor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it feels like we should not even end this. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Same.
It's been so fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Now I have a word to the parents of married children. You have been training your children for independence since their birth. You have taught them how to make responsible decisions. Now they're married, and it is time to celebrate their independence. It's important to respect them as equals. This does not mean that you will no longer help your married children, but it does mean that you will first ask if they want your help. An unwanted gift is not a gift, but a burden. Neither should you use your gift to influence or attempt to manipulate your married child. A good rule for parents wanting to advise their married children is that parents should give advice only when it's requested. If your children have not requested your wisdom and you want to share it, at least ask permission. A good question would be, would you like me to share my perspective on that? Then you can give your unsolicited advice to your married children and do it for them to have a positive relationship. Your married children need the emotional warmth that comes from a wholesome relationship with both sets of parents. And parents need the emotional warmth as well that comes from relationship with their married children. Guys, life is too short to live with broken relationships. We will not always agree with our married children, but we can respect and give them the freedom to make their own decisions. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'm so glad that you did. It deeply means a lot to me, and I look forward to you joining me in the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed this session as much as I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. This is SMOPPY'S World saying, stay blessed, keep loving yourself, and love each other. And God bless you.